If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, but let's get right to it. So there was a lot of breaking news this week. I mean, it seemed like every other day some huge bombshell was being dropped. And unlike other channels like Collider and things like that, you know, I work in the film industry. I'm working on a series right now for Hulu. I'm working 12-hour days. So there's not a lot of time for me to like jump on all this breaking news. So I've decided to just pick like 3 of the top breaking news items of the week and just do a weekly recap of like the stuff that I care about. So a lot of stuff dropped, but the first thing that dropped was the James Bond title, No Time to Die. That's the name of the new James Bond. Now I'm excited about this. My wife worked for Sony Pictures for 14 years. She worked on all the international marketing campaigns for all the Daniel Craig films. She's a big fan of James Bond and the Daniel Craig. Now I think this is the first non-Sony film, so it'll be really interesting to see how it all goes down. But No Time to Die came out, and that's the name of the title. I was kind of like, but you know, every time one of these titles comes out, my first reaction is, huh? Because you really don't know what the context is. You know, Spectre, okay, we kind of got that one. Casino Royale, we realized that was like taken from the old teleplay that was put out, or one of the first books from James Bond, and so on and so on. But I'm really excited. Look, you know, there was some breaking news along with the Bond a couple of weeks ago. I never covered it, that someone else is playing the 007 because James Bond is retired. Apparently they try to assassinate him. The only cool thing so far that I'm hearing, other than the title, is that the Aston Martin is going to be fully electric. Which I was like, wow, okay, so the new model is a fully electric car. And it just goes to show you that Bond has always kind of moved with the times. It's exciting stuff. No Time to Die. I'm digging it. I'm looking forward to the film. The next big thing that everybody was talking about was the fact that out of nowhere, word dropped that they're doing The Matrix 4. And it's not a reboot. It's going to have Keanu Reeves. Lana Wachowski is coming back to direct, co-writing the script, all this other kind of stuff. I remember, so Warner Brothers has been suffering for a while now with all of their flops in the DC universe. They're not making as much money, and they're seeing like Disney just destroy everything financially, like just making all the money. I mean, the top, I think, 5 or 6 films this year that all broke over $1 billion is so far as all Disney, and Star Wars hasn't even come out yet till December. So it's like the market share is being sucked up by Disney. So go back to the well, right? What worked once before? Let's do it again. Now, I love the original Matrix film, and I feel like it was a complete movie. I don't think there was ever a need for Matrix Reloaded and the last Matrix, whatever it was called. I saw them both, and they were okay. They weren't great, but the first movie was a perfect film from beginning to end, and it ended in such a way that like it was the character Neo had gone full circle. So then the rest of them were just cash grabs because no one thought The Matrix was going to be a hit. It was a sleeper hit, and then the next 2 were just nothing but cash grabs. So Warner Brothers is like, shit, we need more money. So, you know, I'm afraid they're going to reboot Harry Potter next and all. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling about a Matrix 4. There were a lot of talk about a year ago after Michael B. Jordan did Creed that they were going to reboot The Matrix and have Michael B. Jordan play the new Neo. Now it doesn't seem like that's the case, but I have a funny feeling Michael B. Jordan will be involved with this new Matrix, period. He is in it because that was the direction they were going, and I guarantee even if he might be playing a young Morpheus and it's some sort of prequel thing, they should call it Matrix 4 Rebooted. It would be such a play on words because of the whole computer thing and everything, and rebooted. I think that's the way they're going to go with it. We'll see. The next big story of the week was what the hell is going on with SpiderMan? You had Sony, somebody thought that Disney leaked that the what had gone down with their negotiations had fallen. So Spider-Man is being pulled away from Sony. I mean, look, the last Spider-Man film did $1 billion, so they're like, you know what, we want our toy back. We're taking our ball and we're going home. And so now, you know, that leaves Spider-Man out of the MCU universe, which is really weird because, you know, there's all these tie-ins now with Happy and Aunt May and Tony Stark and the Legacy and all the toys that Peter Parker uses to build his new suit, and then he still has the nano suit locked in like a glass case at the house or whatever. So like, how can he go back and use the nano suit with the spider legs and all this other? Because all these things, Mysterio, everything, all these things are all MCU stuff. And so now, obviously, their plans are to bring the Sinister Six in and use Venom and create their own universe without ever really going back. They're not going to be able, because they don't own the rights, they're not going to be able to go back and use any of that material that was put into, you know, Far From Home. And so I'm just kind of like, what the hell? Like, what are you going to do? You know? The Tom Holland had unfollowed Sony and Disney on his Instagram, and that caused a big brouhaha. And then he posted pictures of himself, Tom Holland, and Robert Downey Jr. Hanging out together and everything in Runyon Canyon, like they went jogging or something together. And then all of a sudden at D23, you know, Tom Holland's like, I love Superman, I love or Spider-Man, I love the fans. We're going to move forward no matter which direction it goes in. We're going to bring you great Spider-Man movies and all this other kind of stuff. So it looks like he has no choice but to play ball in this world, and hopefully Sony, you know, makes it work. You know, I don't know how, it's so frustrating. I don't know how they're going to do it, but you know, I'm sure we'll get our Doc Octopus movie next or something. It's got to be something that grabs the people. You know, let's introduce the Sinister Six. Let's go in that direction. I know I said 3 things, but I have an honorable mention. Last night before I went to bed, the Breaking Bad movie trailer dropped, which was the secret film called El Camino that they shot while they were shooting Better Call Saul. And it's a teaser, and I was just like, oh my God. I mean, yeah, they had a picture leak a couple of weeks ago, which everyone thought was like a funny thing, with Bryan Cranston. But you know, look, I'm excited. I think Breaking Bad was the best written show in the last 20 years or 25 years in the film industry. It was, you know, I did not watch it the first time around. I watched it when it was on Netflix because I work in the film industry, so I'm constantly working. When you work 12 to 14-hour days, Monday through Friday, you don't have time when you get home to just sit and watch a television show and get hooked into it. So I'm the guy that if I miss a couple of episodes, I won't watch the whole season unless I can watch it all. And thanks to Netflix, I was able to. Everyone had been man, you know, Bryan Cranston, everybody was winning Emmys with Breaking Bad, and I wasn't watching it. And then when the show finally wrapped up and was all uploaded to Netflix, I think I spent 3 weeks and I watched every single episode when I was in between shows, because you have downtime in between a movie or a TV show, just like a school teacher would on summer break. So you do it 6 months on a TV show, take a month off, then do a feature film. So I had time and I watched all the Breaking Bad, and I loved it. It was absolutely one of my favorite shows, like I said, in the last 25 years. So well written, and it ended perfectly. So to figure out where they go from here, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. And that's it, man. That is my weekly news recap, because once again, I'm not like Collider. I don't have a staff of people that I can record a full podcast and have people just cut it up and release it every couple hours, every single day, or like Beyond the Trailer. She's just killing it every day. I don't have 1.5 million followers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel, because then I can get to a point where I can make videos on a constant basis. But right now, you know, my schedules, they come out like Tuesdays and Thursdays, or Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. And so what I'm trying to do is, instead of trying to keep up with the Joneses, I'm just going to pick several topics that I love, or breaking news, and I'm going to do a weekly recap of just that. But I did have a chance to go see a feature film over the weekend called The Peanut Butter Falcon, starring Shia LaBeouf and Dakota Johnson. And I am going to be doing a review on that one. So that one's coming soon. Stay tuned. I'm excited about this new format, and I hope you are too. And we'll see you on the next video.